Have you been on testosterone replacement therapy and wondering how to safely discontinue? Are you worried about high estrogen levels? Are you worried about whether or not your testosterone levels are going to come back into their normal range? My name is Dr. TERRANELLA, and in this video, we're going to look at how to come off TRT safely. We'll address luteinizing hormone, estrogen. Do you actually need to take anything like HCG or Clomid? Do you need to be on an estrogen blocker? We'll look at some of the questions surrounding testosterone replacement therapy and shutting off the natural production of testosterone and what usually happens when you stop. So if you like this kind of information on nutrition, hormones, health, just trying to optimize everything in your body and in your health, click on the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the video to get more videos like this one. Now for a quick disclaimer. The information contained in this video is for informational purposes only. It is not intended as a treatment for any health condition or as a substitute for seeing an actual doctor or medical professional. It should be used as an educational guide to deepen your understanding of health and treatment success. If you need medical attention, don't delay in seeking that treatment. All right, let's look at how to safely come off TRT. How to come off TRT safely. So once you decide to stop TRT, you may ask if it's safe to stop it abruptly, or if there's something specific you need to do to reset your body or to make sure everything is working the way it was prior to stopping. The main reason people ask this question is because of the feedback loops between the testes, the pituitary, and the hypothalamus. These feedback loops can get interrupted when you're taking testosterone from some external source, whether it's an injection, something you're taking by mouth or pellet or even a topical cream. That outside source of testosterone will actually interrupt the feedback loops between your brain and your testes. And sometimes it will just turn down or dampen that loop, or it will shut it off completely. And that's a dose-dependent phenomenon. So firstly, I'm going to explain what that feedback loop looks like. Then we'll look at what happens with testosterone replacement therapy, and then some of the things you can do to mitigate this interrupted feedback loop when you're stopping TRT and wanting to get that feedback loop going again naturally. So testosterone is produced from specific cells in the testes called the Leydig cells. And those cells are stimulated to produce the testosterone by a hormone that comes from the pituitary gland in your brain called luteinizing hormone. When your pituitary gland receives high levels or sufficient levels of testosterone, and to a lesser extent, estrogen, it will decrease or dampen the amount of luteinizing hormone that it's producing. So when the testes, those Leydig cells produce the testosterone, it feeds back and shuts off or decreases the amount of luteinizing hormone that's produced in the testes. In addition, there's a higher level in the brain called the hypothalamus that produces gonadotropin releasing hormone, and that stimulates the pituitary to produce luteinizing hormone. The production of that hormone is partially influenced by the luteinizing hormone because it feeds back to the hypothalamus and tells the hypothalamus that we're producing enough. This is the amount we have, and then it will decrease the amount of gonadotropin releasing hormone that it produces. But it also has an internal pulsatile stimulus as well. So it's not a constant stream of gonadotropin releasing hormone. It's done in a pulsatile manner. And when the overall feedback loop is interrupted, that pulsatile stimulation of gonadotropin releasing hormone is also interrupted. So now to what happens when you're on TRT. Well, when you're taking the exogenous source, as I alluded to, the amount of luteinizing hormone that goes down. So as that luteinizing hormone decreases, then you're going to have less stimulation to the testes to produce that testosterone. That's okay given the fact that you're taking it exogenously, but the moment you stop that, it's going to take some time for your brain to reset to where it's producing that luteinizing hormone again. But keep in mind too that it's not a light switch, it's kind of a dimmer switch. So the more testosterone present in your body, the less luteinizing hormone you're going to produce. And so as you take, if you're doing injections, your injection on day one, that luteinizing hormone production is going to be very low for several days after that, and it may start to kick in depending on the dose that you're taking by the end of that 7 days. Basically, the more saturated your body is with the testosterone. So when you check your levels, if your free testosterone is up above 200, you're probably not producing much luteinizing hormone. If, however, you're on testosterone replacement therapy and it's only down at around 100 for the free testosterone, you're probably still producing luteinizing hormone, especially as you get further away from the injection or the dosing of that hormone. And the same is true when you stop testosterone completely. Many people have commented to me that they don't want to go on testosterone replacement therapy because they don't want their testosterone production to completely shut off. And it doesn't really work that way. Again, it's more of a dimmer switch, and it does come back when you stop taking it. There seems to be some suggestion that, once you start testosterone therapy, you have to continue taking it because it shuts off the internal production completely. That's not been my experience in testing many people that have been on testosterone replacement therapy for 6 months and 6 years. They still kind of come back to what their baseline was. And so while that may be true in some extreme cases where it shuts off completely, I've never seen it clinically, but doesn't mean it won't happen. But it seems to be more extreme cases, but I wouldn't know because I've never seen it. So my first tip on how to come off TRT safely is to just stop taking it. Now, you may feel tired, you may feel like all your old symptoms are coming back, but if you really didn't have any symptoms to begin with and you didn't get any benefit from taking the testosterone replacement therapy, you're not really going to notice when you stop it either. So there's no real internal danger or problem that is going to happen from stopping the testosterone other than your old symptoms are going to come back. So depending on how extreme they were, I have some people that have moderate depression that, that does seem to come back when they stop the testosterone. So whatever you're using it for as treatment, those symptoms may return. The next thing you can do if you want a more soft landing to safely come off TRT is just to decrease the dose that you inject or that you're taking over the course of 1 week to 2 weeks by about 25%. So if you're doing 0.5 cc's of 200 milligrams per ml once a week, that's 100 milligrams once a week. You would decrease it to 75 milligrams once a week, or do that for 75 milligrams for 2 weeks and then drop down again to 50 milligrams, et cetera, et cetera. There's no strict rule about how quickly or how slowly you're supposed to come off the testosterone, but if you want a more smooth landing, going down slowly, you'll notice it less. And as your dose is decreasing, your body's luteinizing hormone is starting to kick in more and more. And then the third tip I have to safely come off TRT is to start some kind of luteinizing hormone analog, such as HCG. So HCG stimulates the testes to make testosterone just like luteinizing hormone does. It's an analog, which means it works similarly to luteinizing hormone. That can be done at 250 units twice a week. Sometimes you can even do it more often and even in higher doses, but that's kind of a more standard way. And you might do that for 3 weeks after stopping the testosterone replacement therapy. And then after that, just discontinue the HCG altogether. You can do it in conjunction with tapering off testosterone. So as you decrease the dose, you start the HCG. And as the dose of testosterone goes down, the dose of HCG goes up. So there's lots of different ways to approach that. You can do it based on symptoms, or, also when there's concern about fertility, you're better off using something like HCG as well. Clomid is another thing that can increase the amount of luteinizing hormone production, so it can be used similarly to HCG. Now, there is sometimes a legitimate concern about increases in estradiol or estrogen levels as you're coming off of TRT. I prefer to check estrogen levels rather than just do some blanket treatment. If you already have higher insulin levels, you're more likely to have higher estrogen levels to begin with. So in those cases, you may want to be a little more cautious. But remember, estradiol comes from testosterone. So if you're putting less testosterone in your body, you're less likely to have estrogen as well. It's naturally just going to run out. Your body's not going to make higher amounts of estrogen if it doesn't have the raw material. Now, as your body is stimulating the production of LH, or if you're taking HCG, both of those things can increase aromatization, but it's going to be a temporary thing. Again, you should be checking your estradiol levels to see if that's a problem for you ahead of time, and you can address that appropriately once you know what the levels of your estradiol are. Of course, that's going to change as you get further away from the testosterone replacement therapy, or TRT. The amount of LH and FSH is going to go down more to appropriate levels, so you're going to have less of that increased aromatization occurring. Okay, that should give you a better understanding of how to come off TRT safely. If you do have additional questions about this topic, drop it in the comment section, and I may do a separate video on that. We'll definitely try and answer your question. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.